So Joe, I guess one of the things that's been coming up lately is whether an agent needs to be local anymore.
Yeah, sure.
What are your thoughts on that?
I think pretty much all the time, no, for pretty much any part of the industry. And the reason why is that the information to figure out what a property is worth, what's happening in the local market, is all available online these days.
Yeah.
Now, we go back to the past, a couple of decades ago, that's not necessarily the case.
Yeah.
Okay, it's really hard to understand what buyers want in an area, what the values are. You know, when you're a local agent that's selling in this area, in this one area, you know pretty well what the price is compared to someone who's come from the other side of the city. Now we can look it up.
Yeah.
You can go, and it's not just agents who can do it. Most of the information is available just to the public.
Absolutely.
Right? You can see what median prices are. You can see what days on market are. You can look at recently sold properties that are similar to yours, ones that aren't, and figure out the difference. Figure out, within what parameters the value of your property must be.
Yeah.
And so, for an agent who's used to pricing properties and looking at different properties, it becomes very easy. I guess that's the long and short of it. I mean, it doesn't take that long to get up to speed. And the age we live in is where there's less of a need to actually memorize information, and there's more of a ability to actually just go and look it up when you need it.
Yeah,
you don't need to store unnecessary information anymore.
Yeah.
For example, if you want somewhere to eat, you can quickly get onto Google, get onto Uber Eats and see what's available.
Yeah.
You don't need to know all the cafes in the area, right? And then that's the same for actually understanding more about an area than just the property's kind of price.
Yeah.
I mean, the movements, you can see where the schools are, what sort of amenities are around, what the local restaurants are like, whether they've got a good review. You can see the whole narrative.
Well, that's it. I mean, the tool of the internet is so powerful these days, and to be honest, it's so much better. I mean, if you ask the local agent what were the good restaurants, you're relying on that one opinion. But when you go on Google and you check out the reviews, you could get 2,000 reviews of that restaurant, and you can actually get a clear picture of what that restaurant's actually like, or the school. So if you want to find out school catchment, everything's at your fingertips these days. So I totally agree that you do not need to be local. If you need to find out anything, like the shortcut to the bus stop or the shortcut, to the shopping centre, or how to walk from here to there, like
how far it is from the city.
All that is at your fingertips these days. So.
And the agents traditionally just lie about that stuff when they get asked at open homes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, it's easy to ask the person standing in the open home, but they want to sell the house.
Yeah, absolutely. But the reality is that real estate is the same process in every single postcode. And the thing is, a good agent should have a good process, and that process is very much transferable against all postcodes across the whole country, really. Real estate's done the same in the entire country. If you went somewhere different like Hong Kong or something like that, then maybe some of those skills wouldn't be the same. But in Australia's market, it shouldn't matter where you are.
No. I mean, I think we're obviously biased, but I personally think that people should look a lot more at the process as a selling point for their agent, rather than their local knowledge. Because to me, local, and not to poke too much, be too harsh, I guess, but I've been in a different city from an agent, and they've given their opinion on a property, and I've given mine, and I've been correct, and they've been off in terms of what an actual result was achieved. There's so much anecdotal evidence as well. But for me personally, I just don't subscribe to the local thing anymore.
Yeah, look, the thing you got to also remember is that the buyers themselves might not even be local anyway, so they're doing the same research that your agent can do, and they're not going to care where you live or where you work, as long as you're following a process to get the property sold. Then you're going to get a good result.
Oh, you're still here?
Wait, I haven't seen you subscribe yet.
Go ahead and subscribe. Oh, and while you're at it, why don't you follow us on Instagram too? Sound like a good idea?
Sounds like a good idea. See you soon.